Hello class and welcome to section 2.8. We are going to spend 2 days on this concept of dimensional analysis, and this is the video for day 1. Throughout these next 2 days you will be able to convert quantities and measurements from one unit into another unit. The definition of dimensional analysis is the process of converting units and measurements from one unto another. So from going to inches to feet, or meters to centimeters, or miles to kilometers. So we're changing the units without changing how much we actually have. We're just giving it in a different measurement. So for example, we're going to start with some non-measurement related examples and say that 1 apple is equal to 3 oranges, 4 bananas is equal to 2 oranges, 6 cherries is equal to 5 grapes, and 8 grapes is equal to 2 apples. Our goal here is to turn 8 cherries into apples. So we're going to think of this as a bartering system. You have a quantity and you are going to trade it in for something else. When we do this, we're going to set these up. There's a couple different options. So our first option is to say that I have 18 cherries. This is what I have. What I have is always going to go in the top left-hand corner of this little square. When I'm going to go to trade it in, my goal is to get from cherries to apples. So I'm looking at my information up here, and the only thing I can do is turn cherries into grapes. So we're going to take our 18 cherries, and we're going to turn in 6 at a time. So what you're going to turn in goes on the bottom. And then we're going to get back 5 grapes. So every time we turn in 6 cherries, they're going to give us 5 grapes back. What this means mathematically is we're going to multiply the top numbers. So 5 times 18 is going to give us 90. And then there's nothing to multiply on the bottom. That gives us 6. The other important thing to note here is that since we turned in our cherries, we no longer have that as a unit. So now I need to do this division, and I've got 90 divided by 6, which is going to give me 15. My unit left is grapes. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a second step because I'm not at my goal yet. I want to turn my grapes into apples, and I have another conversion to do that. So again, right now I have 15 grapes, so I can trade in 8 grapes at a time and get back to apples at a time. So again, what we have is 15 grapes, we're trading in 8, and we're getting 2 back. So when I multiply those numbers, I'm going to get 30 over 8. Again, my units right here of grapes are going to cross out. When I do 30 divided by 8, I'm going to get an answer of 3.75 apples, because that's the unit that I have left. So we took from grapes to cherries, from cherries to grapes, and then from grapes to apples. So that's if you do it step by step. You could also do it as one big conversion. Again, you would start with 18 cherries. You would still be turning in 6 cherries and getting back 5 grapes, which means we would still be canceling out the unit of cherries. You could then, instead of multiplying right there, go to the next step immediately and say that now I'm in grapes and I can turn in 8 grapes for 2 apples. Again, the units of grapes are going to cancel out, and I still have my final units of apples. So up top now I'm doing 18 times 5 times 9, which gives me 180. And on the bottom, I'm doing 6 times 8, which is 48. And then I'm going to go ahead and divide 180 by 48, which gives me 3.75 apples. So either way, whether you do it step by step or as one process altogether, we're going to get to the same answer. Go ahead and try this one on your own, converting 8 apples into bananas. So up top, I'm showing how to do it step by step, going apples to oranges and oranges to bananas. And on the bottom, it shows it all as one step. Either way, you end up with 48 bananas. We can also use this to convert actual measurement units that we have in math and science. So for example, 1 mile is equal to 5,280 feet, 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters, 1 foot is equal to 0.305 meters, and 1 nautical mile, which is a unit that they use when you're sailing a ship across the ocean, is equal to 1,852 meters. Our goal here is to convert nautical miles into feet. So our goal here is to convert nautical miles into feet. Again, we're going to start the process in the same way with that box. And we have 12 nautical miles to start. So we need to figure out what we can turn nautical miles into. Up here we have this conversion factor that tells us 1 nautical mile is equal to 1,852 meters. So we can turn in 1 nautical mile and get back 1,852 meters. So we've, just like the fruit problems, we're going to be looking to cancel out our units. So nautical miles gets canceled out. Again, we're going to multiply those top values. So 12 times 1,852, which is 22,224 over 1. When we divide by 1, we just get an answer of 2,224 meters. That does not get us to our final goal yet. So we're going to go ahead and do a second step where we're starting with 22,224 meters, and we have to convert that into feet. So now we're using our conversion factor over here. This time, we're going to plug in our 0.305 into the bottom, because for every 0.305 meters that we turn in, we're going to get 1 foot back. So when I finish up this problem, I'm going to multiply the tops, which gives me 22,224 times 1. So that value stays the same. And on the bottom now, we have 0.305. We're going to need to divide by 0.305, which gives us an answer of 72,865.57 feet. So that's if we do it step by step. If we do it all as one conversion, we're going to start still with 12 nautical miles. So we start with the same. We're still going to plug in those same conversion factors. So 1 nautical mile is equal to 1,852 meters. But instead of pausing to multiply, we're going to go ahead and plug in our second conversion factor right away. So we put that again, 0.305 meters on the bottom and 1 foot on the top. Again, we need what we're trading in to be diagonal with the units. So nautical miles was diagonal with nautical miles. Meters was diagonal with meters. And then we go ahead and multiply the tops and multiply the bottoms, which is going to lead us back to that same equation that we got above. So again, you can do it all at once or do it step by step. Go ahead and try this one on your own. Up top, you'll see doing it step by step, going miles to feet, feet to meters, and then meters to nautical miles. On the bottom, you'll see it as one long conversion. Miles to feet, feet to meters, meters to nautical miles. Both of them end up with the same answer of 5.22 nautical miles. If you have questions about this or anything else from the lesson, please let me know when you get to class.